Introducing the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor.fm, and many more. The Open Palm Podcast, where the host engages his listeners with inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas. Topics include: make more mistakes, how much is your value, don't get right, get going, learning to let go, excellence is a habit, and more. Binge listen today. Subscribe today. It's getting excellent ratings. That's the Open Palm Podcast, hosted by Jerome Shaw. You can also find it on YouTube. Make sure you share it with your social networks and connect on Twitter and Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's the Open Palm Podcast with Jerome Shaw. Available today on your favorite podcasting platforms. Go listen, download, and subscribe now.
My friend, let me ask you a question. It's a real question. Let me ask you. What would you do if you could not fail? No, really. What would you do if there was no chance that you could fail? What would you do? Think about it. This is for you to think about. Ask yourself this question. If there was no chance that I could fail, what would I do? Who would I be? What would I go after? Do you have your answer, my friend? Now here's the last question. Whatever your answer was, why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you doing that now? Forget any obstacles in your way. Forget anything that's you see as a problem. You said in your mind or out loud that if you couldn't fail, if there was no chance that you would do this thing, well, why aren't you doing that? I mean, why aren't you doing that now? I ask, my friend, because I had to ask myself this question. Back when I was working a job that I didn't like, that I hated, that I didn't feel connected to, that I felt no passion for. Back when I was living a life that was not purpose-driven. Back when I wasn't connected to my true calling. That I decided was my calling. That I decided was my purpose. Back then, I had to ask myself, what is stopping me from being all that I can be? What is stopping me now? What is the reason, or should I say excuse, that I am giving myself for not going after my dream? I didn't have one. I had run out. I was all out of juice, all out of excuses. There was no price too great to pay for freedom. There was no reason or excuse that was great enough to excuse myself away from my destiny. So if you asked yourself that question, and you gave yourself an answer, then my friend, I'd say just like me, you got a choice to make. Is it worth it to keep going? Living a wishful life, a wishful existence? Subsistence? Merely being here? Or are you looking for more? Are you yearning for more? Would you like there to be more? Do you think there could be more? Have you dreamt of more, a life where you were unlimited? You can have that life today. It's a decision, it's a choice. I didn't know that it was that simple back then. But I know today that all I had to do, forget the money that I needed, forget the circumstances that had to be arranged or changed, forget all of the things that I thought were in my way, until I made the conscious decision, nothing changed. Once I made the decision that this is what I want, things started to change. I pray that sooner rather than later, you find that within yourself to go after whatever that thing is in your life that you've desired, dreamt, or wanted. You can have it, my friend. Sooner than you think, it can be yours. It's easy to hold on. It's hard to let go. No wonder I held on for so many years to the very things that were holding me back from greatness. Thank you for listening, my friend. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm Podcast in Lake Elsinore, California. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray that you received an encouraging message from this episode, that you would share it with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version, daring to be great today. If you resonated with this and gained value, I would invite you to become a supporter. And I definitely want to give a shout out to all the supporters of the podcast, people who have donated and continue to donate. Bless you, my friends. Much love to you. But just by going to anchor.fm/jshaw, you can click that little support button there, is much appreciated. Or you could even just drop a positive review on whatever platform that you have chosen to listen to this podcast. I thank you, my friend. Be blessed. Have a wonderful day or night wherever you are. Take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.